Hi guys, what's up? It's Joel Pitt here, back with another video, and in this video, it'll be for Love Island All-Stars 2026 Series 3, Episode 18. I'll leave a link down below to Episode 17, which is the second unseen bits of this series. Of course, there's going to be spoilers, so without further ado, let's get on with it. So, the girls in Villa USA were speaking. Curtis said, to Lucinda, he was having a chat, that 10 people a year, on average, get killed by a vending machine. Whoa, okay, that's weird. But Lucinda said she has one, in her house. Whoa, a free vending machine. Where can you get one of them? Helena and Sammy were talking of biscuits. Cher and Jax were speaking. Cher makes him nervous. Kieran and Millie spoke, basically talking about Zach again. Jack asked Cher to share a bed with him, and then Imani was near him, and she was a bit she didn't get a chat before. And then Imani spoke to Jack, basically saying, it was a bit rude not telling her about the bed situation, and then you just say it in front. Whitney and Yeaman kissed in bed. Scott and Leanne kissed. Then we had Imani and Kieran and Tommy, Belle and Carrington, Yeaman and Whitney were kissing, Zach and Millie kissed, and stroking of the hair, and then Jack and Cher kissed. Sammy, said, oh, I hope Jack's, getting in bed with all the girls. Sean asked Lucinda for a hug. Carrington made something for Belle, I think it was another breakfast. Millie said to Tommy, Kira's thirsty for a coffee, so whenever you're ready. He thought, she said Kieran for a second. We're like, why does Kieran want to go for a coffee? Imani and Jack spoke. Kieran and Cher spoke, basically saying Imani, rolls around in bed. Cher's just, very, straight there. But I don't think he's interested in any of them, really. Lucinda, pulled Sean. Helena and Sammy saw as well. Lucinda, thinks, it's very safe with Sean being with Belle, and that you're going to have more fun with Lucinda or herself. Millie asked if Zach is ready for a relationship. He said he's had 3 serious dates. Millie, all her life, has been single for about 1 year and 6 months, but then technically there's child life, so I don't know if it means adult life. It probably does. So yeah, 1 year and 6 months single for her whole life. That's what she was saying. It's like a holiday romance, she's saying, between Zach. They kissed. Yeaman and Whitney spoke, and they were talking about, one thing to improve on, whatever. They had a kiss. Sean spoke to Connor and Curtis. He was saying it's flirty chat with Lucinda, but he's a bit confused. Carrington and Belle spoke. He tried to kiss her, but she was being a bit respectful. She's like, no, you can't. Please, I'm being respectful. Sean and Lucinda spoke. She was very giddy around him. He fancies her as well. He feels good when around her. Sammy and Lucinda spoke. Lucinda said she'll explore. Whitney changed her hair. Millie came in. She liked it. Jack and Cher spoke, talking about cuddle last night. Kieran said to Tommy, he prefers Sammy. Go with your gut. Said that to Tommy as well. Belle and Millie spoke, basically saying, Carrington is obsessed with her. Everyone will head back to the main villa tonight. There was a text about it as well. Scott and Curtis spoke, talking about Millie again. Basically, what happened. Sean pulled Lucinda. They went to the terrace. He's going to face problems like a man. They wanted to kiss each other as well, but instead, they were holding hands. They hugged. Lucinda wanted to chat to Belle, and she was fuming when she came in. And then she saw Sean and, Lucinda come down, and then, she was annoyed. The boys and girls spoke. Belle and Lucinda were arguing. She was looking at Lucinda like she was a piece of dirt. That's what Lucinda said. Belle and Whitney went away from the group. Scott and Connor comforted Belle. Scott and Helena spoke to Belle. Sean pulled Belle. She was shouting He was not having it. Lucinda was like eavesdropping. She was literally stood there, and then Belle's just like, "What are you doing? Like, go away." Kyra said she needed some popcorn because it was entertaining. Then Tommy came to Sean, just saying, I hope you're all right, whatever. Then on the app, who knew vending machines were so dangerous? There's a video, how to make money from your house guests and the vending machines. A friendship like this with Kieran and Millie, speaking to each other. Jack leaning on Imani while saying he's going to share a bed with Cher is wild. Kicking someone out of your bed, there's a video on it. Jack and Cher's first out-game kiss, and Jack's third kiss of the day as well. A day in the life of Jack, he's managed to kiss all 3 US girlies in one day. The world moves fast, but Jack moves faster. There's a photo on that. She's catching flights and feelings. Millie, take me to the USA. I'm on the next flight there. You've already got your application for your visa pending, and I literally applied for it last night. I was gonna make you a coffee this morning, but we had no cups, so Curtis would never. Using UK phrases to let Jack know how she feels. Imani is so real for that. I thought we had a good thing going on, but obviously last night was a little speed bumps. What do you say? You're mugging me off. That's it. Getting the English lingo down. I know. Not even the smolder can break Belle's respectful boundary. Dodging a kiss to be respectful. There's a video on that. Sammy is in full friend mode as she questions Lucinda about chatting to Sean while Belle's gone. There's a video on that. Finding out that your friend's man has swayed. What do you find it easier to open up to about your feeling? Or who do you find it easier to open up to about your feelings? 44% saying mates. 27% I bottle it all up. 80% my partner, and 11% my family. Chat on the terrace reveals some truths between Sean and Lucinda. I feel like I've got a lot of clarity. Sean is saying, and I know it's just like, I want to be with you. And then 3 effing days. Anna Vakili walked so Belle could run. So yeah, Anna I think it was 2019. And basically she was coupled up with someone, and they were he said, can you be my girl, do you want to be my girlfriend? And then he talks to India, I think it is, and then she has a right old go in, and then saying, I just want to speak. And it was sort of to the end, when everyone's in a strong couple. Sean and Lucinda have a lot of explaining to do. Out of sight, out of mind. There's a video on that. 3 days, the series 5 in Belle jumped out, and she is not having any of it. There's a video. Belle reaches boiling point. That filming though, Sean is a piece of S. I ain't effing saying that he ain't. Is this bad timing? Yes. Not Lucinda standing there right there watching as well. Everyone sat at home watching right now. I need popcorn. There's a photo on that. I hope it was worth it. Belle makes her feelings clear after hearing Sean has a connection with Lucinda. Confronting the boy who broke your trust. There's a video on that. Sean and Lucinda, romance or showmance? Tap for Amy, India and Sorel's take on all the drama. But anyway, that is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.